are 5 tips you need to know before going to Universal Orlando's Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras is a bead-throwing, food-baby-producing, and thrill-inducing event held at Universal Orlando.
It is a great time.
You and your friends are bound to have a great time, but could you be having a better time?
Today, we're gonna cover 5 things we wish we would have known prior to the first time of ever going to Mardi Gras.
Our first tip, if you want to get good views of the parade, is to grab your spot early.
Now, we probably say this in every single tip video, is to get there early, but there is prime reason for it at Mardi Gras. Those spots on the parade route fill up quick because so many people want to get those sweet, sweet beans.
Can't blame them, it's a great time.
The Mardi Gras parade is probably the most party-esque of a show in parade form that Universal puts on.
It's definitely our favorite parade out of the parades that Universal has. We have our secret spots of where we like to film from.
Get there early, snag those seats, be ready, and understand that you're not gonna be able to be on the road. So if you are people like us, where we like to be right on the edge, the team members are gonna come around, they are gonna remind you that you need to be on the curb and your feet can't be in. Nobody wants to get run over by a parade float.
Personally, we like the intersections because you can see the parade as it leaves the gate, but also when it's coming back through the gate. Basically like seeing the parade twice. But if you're gonna sit and watch the parade, you're gonna wanna get a snack beforehand.
Tip number 2, to make sure you have the best Mardi Gras experience possible, is to save a couple bucks by getting a food and beverage card. Mardi Gras is a fun time. The parade's fantastic, the concerts are excellent, but the reason people come to Mardi Gras is for the food. There are so many different food booth locations all throughout Universal Studios, a variety of culinary experiences, and you need to try them all. But you don't want to pay that much money for all of those foods, do you?
You can get a food and beverage card at the restaurants in City Walk, but also at select food booths in the parks. You can get a $75 gift card for the mere price of $65, and if you're an annual pass holder, you can get a $150 card for $120. That's a lot of beignets.
Yes, it is. I don't know what to say about that, but the food and beverage cards are not something to sleep on. Make sure you purchase yours ahead of time so you have it as you're going to those different food booths in the park, enjoying your beignets, and that way you can have the best experience possible.
They also never expire, so if you have a balance remaining on your card, bring it back on your next Universal Orlando adventure.
If you have any questions about the food and beverage cards, be sure to reach out to us. We are happy to help you out and make sure you have everything squared away. On to tip number 3.
Know when the concerts are and if they apply to you.
The lineup for 2024's concerts at Mardi Gras is spectacular. It is going to be an awesome season, and there are so many big names to go and check out. However, make sure that you know what concert's going on and when, so you don't show up at the wrong time. Maybe you wanted to see El King, but you showed up for
DJ Khaled.
We the best. You want to show up to the concert you're excited to see. So make sure you know ahead of time, what does the schedule look like? And speaking of that, can you actually go to it?
Power Pass holders are blacked out of Universal Studios until 5 p.m. if there's a concert. If you're a seasonal pass holder, you're blacked out on every concert date.
So if you're a seasonal pass holder, know ahead of time when the concerts are going on and if you're planning on visiting the park. If so, you might need to look at upgrading. If not, you might need to look at another option for the day you plan your visit.
Additionally, on concert dates, if you're on the float experience, understand that you're gonna be arriving a little late to the concert. You still might be able to catch the middle to the tail end of the concert, but you're gonna miss the beginning of the concert.
But it's worth it. So let's talk about tip number 4, getting on those floats.
Throwing beads off King Gator is one of our favorite memories from the parks ever.
King Gator rules!
Now, we can't guarantee that you're gonna get on King Gator, but there are 3 ways by which you can try and get on a float.
The first way that you can secure your spot to ride on a float and throw beads is to purchase a ride and dine ticket. The ride and dine tickets are available online and in the mobile app, and you can purchase them ahead of time. And in this ticket, you get a 3-course meal at one of the select restaurants, guaranteed spot on a float in the parade, and you get to throw beads and have the night of your life. It is one of my favorite experiences that Universal hosts, and I can't speak well enough about it. It is fantastic. It costs, at the time we purchased our tickets, roughly $80 per person, but think about it. You get an appetizer, an entree, a dessert, and a really cool evening. So it's worth it. I think it's awesome. If you've never done the experience before, please feel free to reach out. Again, we would love to tell you about it and answer any questions you have.
The second way you can get on the floats is the virtual line reservation system.
Now, this one's not as guaranteed as the ride and dine.
But it is free.
Yes.
But spots do fill up quickly. You can try and reserve your spot in 3 easy steps. 1, download the Universal Orlando app. 2, you must be on property, and if it's like last year, on property at around 3 p.m. And the third step, search Mardi Gras float reservation, and at around that 3 p.m. time, you'll be able to log into the app and reserve your spot for the number of people in your party. Now, this isn't a guarantee, and spots do fill up quickly.
Spots will be limited based off of how many ride and dine riders they have that evening, and also how many annual pass people, how many annual pass folks are also signed up to throw beads.
And the third option of getting on the float is if you're an annual pass holder. You should have received some contact information about trying to reserve your spot on select nights during the Mardi Gras season. Finally, our last tip to making the most out of your Mardi Gras experience.
Go buy merch
Always.
at the tribute store.
Fair enough.
The Mardi Gras Tribute Store will be located in Hollywood of Universal Studios this season, and I'm so pumped to see what they do. The Tribute Store is always a fantastic experience to walk through and see how it's themed, what new merch do they have, and of course, grab a sweet treat on your way out. We always go through it at least once, but more likely 3 times at minimum.
Easily.
Because there's always something new to see when you're walking through the store. Whether it be a new shirt, whether it be, I need this lanyard, whether it be the decorative nature of all of the things that Universal Creative does in that location, it's fantastic.
If you're a Universal Pro, you know that there are tons of Easter eggs hidden throughout it.
Yes.
And we are particularly excited because we know there are going to be some epic universe Easter eggs hidden in this tribute store.
My mind cannot fathom what will this tribute store be about. They always knock it out of the park though. I'm excited to see what Universal does for this season.
If you stuck around this long, we have a bonus tip for you. Hype up the team members and the performers in the parade.
This is one of our favorite pastimes when we go to Universal, specifically during the Mardi Gras season. If you're at that parade, those performers are working their buns off.
Literally and figuratively.
To do their best for you. And it's so much more fun when you hype them up because it just gets everybody going.
We are really looking forward to this year's Mardi Gras experience, and we hope that these 5 tips help.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We hope to see you at Universal Mardi Gras. Stick around for more content.
Bye.